Hello, I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. In this week's natural gas weekly recap, natural gas prices are currently down, trading 388.90, down 4.5 cents or 1.14%. It has been a down week for natural gas as winter seems to have started to abate, and we're starting to see warmer temperatures come in through the southern tier of the country. Let's take a look right now. Currently, the April spot contract, we see support here coming in at first pivot at 385.30, secondary support at 377.20, and below that at 366.60. Natural gas storage levels are low here in the US and Europe. We'll talk about that. It will be a healthy injection season. Turning to the hourly chart, you can see that prices are holding between the daily pivot, which is at 395.90, and first support at 385.30. It continues to look like it's under pressure as it holds still at that 385.30, but it looks like warmer temperatures and higher wind generation in Texas are going to keep things on the defensive. Turning to the January contract, as we look for the injection season, which starts in April, you can see that the spread between April and January is currently trading around $1.20, which really isn't incentivizing the injection, or at least the accelerated injection into storage, because the spread does not cover most of the new storage costs. Right now, you're currently looking at around 11 cents per month, but that is new storage costs are really running closer to 20 to 30 cents. So we'll start the injection season April 1, probably on a slow note. Let's take a look at why April contract is under pressure. As you can see from the Climate Prediction Center, the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook is warm through the central part of the United States, near normal across the eastern third, and still New England continues to get hit with cold Arctic air. The natural gas weekly storage report yesterday came in at minus 261. As you can see, this was around expectations and putting total natural gas storage stocks at 1.84 TCF. This compares to 3.401 last year and the 5-year average just above 2 TCF at 2.078. But that is slightly distorted because that includes the pandemic year of 2020. But that still means that storage has to inject 2.2 TCF to get up to the 4 TCF level starting November 1. Let's take a look at the weather. From the global perspective, cold Arctic air continues to pool across eastern Siberia, crossing the Arctic and into eastern Canada around Hudson Bay, and continuing to hit slightly into New England and some of the Great Lakes states. Colder temperatures are still descending as far south as Tennessee, but that starts to abate here as we get into the next week. Looking forward, we start to see some warmer temperatures coming in around Wednesday, the 5th and 6th along the southern tier. This continues as we look forward in the forecast model, as that cold Arctic air does take swipes at New England, but is mainly contained in Canada. And looking at the United States in particular, let's see that cold Arctic air, as you can see, pushing further south, colder temperatures through Sunday morning into Tennessee and the Ohio valleys, but then starts to pull back. New England continues to get swipes of cold Arctic air, so that'll continue to keep demand firm in that space. But as you can see here next week, we start seeing warmer temperatures coming into Texas in particular. Now, through this week, we'll start seeing higher wind generation for at least one full week. So that will put pressure on cash prices in Texas. Looking at the CPC, extended range temperature forecast models, warmer than normal anomalies here this week into the first week of March. Then we get a bout of slightly cooler temperatures. Then looking at the third and fourth week, we have above normal temperature anomalies across much of the eastern half of the country. And then in the final week of March, much above anomalies across the entire country. Let's turn to Europe. Europe is cool temperatures in Russia and Scandinavia, but most of that cold Arctic air is still pushing in eastern Siberia, so well away from Europe. But temperatures start to look warmer as we get into next Wednesday on the 5th, and then again through Thursday and Friday, especially next Friday, looks warmer than normal. As you can see through the forecast model, things start to begin to seasonally change. Asia, the southern provinces of China, especially around Hong Kong, Macau, and that's Guangdong province, the economic engine of China, remain warm, at least through the next few days. As you can see, most of that cold Arctic air is still well contained in Mongolia and eastern Siberia through the forecast period. It looks like we are starting to see signs of spring pop up in Asia. Let's turn to how stocks have been. Stocks have been pretty weak this whole entire week, with only Woodside pushing up. They're developing that old Driftwood LNG terminal, and they've coming off a low base. That's for the E&P sector. Most contracts are really weaker on the whole week. Looking at the midstream companies, as you can see, Cheniere Energy Partners is up on the week, but Cheniere itself was down on the slightly positive on the week, very much almost negative. So it's been a defensive week for equities, as you can see. Let's turn again to look at the April contract. Now currently trading 388.5, down 4.9 cents or 1.25%. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.